In with the over and mid news package for today, Wednesday, 13th February 2019. In our lead stories, nationally, Bath Village resident charged for first illegal firearm seized here on Nevis, and Saturday, February 16th, National Volunteer Day here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Regionally, gunmen in Trinidad kill 4 in 14 hours. Internationally, Hawaii Park sees snow for first time. And in sports, Gabriel suspended for 4 one-day internationals after breaking ICC Code of Conduct. We'll have the details of and other stories after this message.
Another look.
Different from how you've seen it before.
Another look.
Takes an in-depth look into business, politics, science, technology, religion, and more.
Another look.
Featuring documentaries from the BBC, regional features, and local ones too.
Another look.
Every Monday at 3 p.m. on the Eastern Caribbean's powerhouse, Vaughan.
Welcome back. Another national news in detail. Police here in Nevis have picked up the first illegal firearm for the year. Reports are that during a vehicle checkpoint, a Glock 40mm pistol was found in a vehicle which was at the time being driven by Jelani Howell of Bath Village. The incident took place sometime after 2 p.m. in the Government Road area. Howell is reported to be on bail after being charged for a shooting incident in 2017. This is the third illegal firearm seized by police so far this year. 37 illegal firearms were picked up by police in 2018. The second annual National Volunteer Day is slated for Saturday, February 16, 2019, when scores of volunteers go out in their respective communities in an exercise of patriotism and service to others. National Volunteer Day was introduced in 2018 by the government to foster a greater sense of civic identity, unity, service, and responsibility in citizens and residents. The initiative forms part of the Team Unity Administration's 4th anniversary calendar of activities from February 11th to April 16, 2019, under the theme, Team Unity, Making Dreams a Reality in Every Community. In 2018, more than 30 groups on both St. Kitts and Nevis expressed their intention to host several activities, including beach cleanups, tree planting exercises, delivering food baskets, organized hikes with youths, and visits to the elderly. One such group is the Volunteer Corps, which was instituted by the Department of Youth Empowerment in St. Kitts in February 2018, with the aim of facilitating youth access to opportunities to play an integral role in community development. The Volunteer Corps is also expected to serve at the National Elderly Luncheon for Senior Citizens at Government House on Saturday, February 16th. Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan to St. Kitts and Nevis, His Excellency Mr. Tom Lee, presented a gift of medical equipment and supplies to the Alexandra Hospital on Nevis on February 12, 2019. In handing over the donation, Ambassador Lee stated on receipt of the request for the equipment, the ambassador moved quickly to assist. The ambassador explained that the Global Medical Instrument Support Service GMIS program is a platform through which usable medical equipment in Taiwan is collected and donated to hospitals in need throughout the world. Junior Minister of Health here in Nevis, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, expressed her gratitude and thanked the government and people of the Republic of China, Taiwan. In police news, a post-mortem examination was performed on the body of the Federation's 4th homicide victim, Eric Junjun Thompson. Forensic pathologist Dr. Valery Alexandrov performed the autopsy on the body on Tuesday, February 12th, and concluded that Thompson's death was as a result of multiple gunshot wounds to the body. Junjun was gunned down on Monday, February 11th at about 10 p.m. Investigations so far have revealed that the 28-year-old Ponds Pasture resident had arrived at his home when he was shot several times about the body by a lone gunman. He was pronounced dead at the scene. This is the fourth homicide for the year. An appeal is being made to anyone who might have any information regarding this incident to contact the Violent Crime Unit by dialing 467-1887 or by calling the crime hotline at 707. Police investigations into the matter are ongoing. In more national news.
I'm told that we have had a chronic shortage of nurses, as we know. We're making some progress. 3 new nurses have started at the Alexandra Hospital so far this year, including 1 male. All are from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Another 3 are expected to start by April, and these are from St. Vincent and the Philippines, including another 2 males. Now, why am I emphasizing this? Because nursing has been a profession traditionally here in Nevis which has been dominated by females. And I'm saying that males as well can enter the nursing profession.
Premier of Nevis and Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley. Mr. Brantley was speaking on the issue of a shortage of nurses at the Alexandra Hospital. Back in September 2018, Minister Brantley mentioned the shortage and the possibility of recruiting nurses from overseas. Now, in 2019, the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, has begun recruiting nurses from overseas, both male and female. Additionally, the health minister said the NIA has been unsuccessful in enlisting local nurses.
We have not been able to find enough local people to fill these roles, and that is why we've gone overseas and bringing in people from St. Vincent and the Philippines and places such as those. So again, for young people looking for a career, we're encouraging you to consider nursing, both male and female youngsters, to look at nursing as a possibility.
Premier of Nevis and Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley. The second annual St. Kitts and Nevis National College Career and Health Expo will be held on February 22nd in Independence Square. The expo will be held under the theme, Raising Awareness and Creating Opportunities for Advancement. The expo will offer an opportunity for persons to network with colleges, employers, and other government institutions in various fields. Persons will have access to general information from the various booths on site. The Ministry of Health will be conducting free on-site screening for HIV, diabetes, and hypertension, as well as providing advice on healthy nutrition and careers in health care. There will also be opportunities to speak to several employers, and the Ministry of Labor will be on hand to offer information on employment. Various local, regional, and international colleges and universities will also be present to offer their programs to prospective students. The expo is one of the activities organized to commemorate the Team Unity Administration's 4th anniversary in office. St. Kitts and Nevis has ratified the agreement that established the EULAC Foundation as an international organization. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Aviation, the Honorable Mark Brantley, made the announcement during a meeting with the Executive Director of the EULAC Foundation, Mrs. Paola Amadi, on Monday, 12th February. St. Kitts and Nevis's ratification is indicative of the country's commitment to further strengthen and deepen relations between Latin America and the Caribbean and the European Union, as both regions continue to work collaboratively to advance the lives of their people through the exchange of knowledge and mutual cooperation. Executive Director Amadi, whilst on her first visit to the Federation, welcomed the news and thanked the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for reposing its confidence in the Federation, in the Foundation with the ratification. She also praised the Federation for being the first OECS country to ratify this important document, paving the way for other territories from the region. The European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean Foundation, EULAC Foundation, was created as a result and initiative of the 6th Summit of the Heads of State and Government in May 2010 and formally began operating in November 2011. The seat of the EULAC Foundation is in Hamburg, Germany. The Joycelyn Library Primary School emerged the winner of the Nisbet Plantation Beach Club Primary School's Tourism Quiz, which was hosted by the Ministry of Tourism, held at NEPAC today, February 13, 2019. The Joyce Lane Liebert Primary School, which topped the scores with 40 points, was represented by Rejan Fifield and Kenayo Challenger. Second and third place positions were won by Maud Cross Preparatory and the Violet O. Jeffers Primary, respectively. The second and third place winners emerged after an intensely contested tiebreaker round of questions among Elizabeth Pemberton Primary, Maud Cross Preparatory, Nevis Academy, and Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary, as all four schools initially tied at second place on 35 points. The categories of questions were cultural heritage, geography, environment, and Caribbean tourism. Prizes presented to winning schools and students who participated in the tourism quiz included trophies, medals, and gift bags. The Nesbitt Plantation Beach Club Primary School Quiz was a production of the Ministry of Tourism in collaboration with the Ministry and Department of Education. And finally, St. Kitts and Nevis and other regional countries are being called on to adopt the International Public Sector Accounting Standards ISAS. The call from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean, ICAC. A release from ICAC states that these are a set of accounting principles issued by the IPSAS Board for use by public sector entities around the world in the preparation of financial statements. President of ICAC, Anthony Pierre, said that the accounting profession is very much bent on the implementation of the international best practices. He was speaking at the media launch of the 37th Annual Caribbean Conference of Accountants held in Jamaica last week. He said that the matter will be discussed at the conference scheduled to take place from June 20th to 22nd, 2019 in Jamaica under the theme Navigating Global Disruption, Creating Opportunities. Approximately 500 accounting and business professionals from across the Caribbean are expected to attend. That's the national news segment. You can visit our website at www.vonradio.com or check us out on Facebook at Von Radio and our Von Radio YouTube channel. News from across the region is next.
Personal as well as your business needs, and we're here to help. Our knowledgeable staff will work with you to help you achieve the financial success that you or your company needs in a competitive market. We offer solutions that make your banking experience easier, like our savings and checking accounts. Be sure to ask about our youth savers accounts and our Bank of Nevis Gold Club. We offer a wide range of personal loans, including mortgage, land, student, auto, and consumer loans. Have access to your funds instantly with our Be-Online internet banking and our debit and credit cards. We make international banking and investing easy. How's your business? Give it the leverage it really needs by letting the Bank of Nevis assist you with all the necessary funding for all your business expenses. It's that easy. What are you waiting for? The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life.
Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Bank of Nevis.
Welcome back. Another regional news in detail. Out of Trinidad. In the space of 14 hours between Monday night and Tuesday morning, 4 men were gunned down in separate incidents from west to east Trinidad. According to Loop News, the murder toll stood at 66 up to last night, February 12th. This compares to 75 at the same time last year. Meantime, a 4.8 earthquake struck Venezuela's coast mere miles from Trinidad and Tobago on Sunday, February 10th. The quake occurred off Venezuela's north coast, a few kilometers from South Trinidad. According to an update from the University of the West Indies UWI Seismic Research Center, the quake took place around 6:52 p.m. on February 10, 2019. No injuries were recorded. U.S. Customs and Border Protection CBP San Juan Field Operations announced Tuesday the seizure of counterfeit products imported into Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands via international mail or courier before and after the holidays. According to the release, the estimated manufacturer suggested retail price, MSRP, of all the counterfeit products seized to date is an estimated $15 million. The actual price of the purchased merchandise is approximately $4.4 million. Among the fraudulent merchandise CBP officers seized were watches, jewelry, bags, clothing, and sunglasses that were illegally using known brands such as Rolex, Hublot, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Pandora, Tours, and Nike, among many others, the release said. Out of the British Virgin Islands, the BVI Health Services Authority, BVI HSA, the body that runs the territory's largest public medical facility, Peebles Hospital, is experiencing a shortage of emergency medical technicians, EMTs. The Health Services Authority said EMTs serve as a critical link between the scene of an emergency and the healthcare system, considering that they provide out-of-hospital emergency medical care and transportation for critical and emergent patients. BVI HSA is now seeking persons to fill the vacancies in that department and said they are willing to train all successful applicants. The Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, is ramping up its research activity to help regional governments better tackle challenges related to environmental sustainability, economic and fiscal resilience, and implementation. CDB's Director of Economics, Dr. Justin Ram, said the bank proposes to publish research that focuses on assessing and measuring the vulnerability and resilience of our borrowing member countries. The director stressed the urgent need for reform and action to build macroeconomic resilience, environmental sustainability, productivity and competitiveness, and human capacity, a position outlined in the bank's study entitled A Policy Blueprint for Caribbean Economies. Reviewing the economic support CDB provided to help countries build resilient economies and societies, the director highlighted investments in Angola and the British Virgin Islands, BVI, in the wake of Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. Dr. Ram said the bank's research, which includes forthcoming publications on digital transformation and regional energy markets, worked alongside the bank's economic interventions as tools in building stronger economies and accelerating economic transformation in the region. And finally, out of Jamaica. The opposition People's National Party, PNP, is grieving the loss of a second member in just a week after a former councillor was killed in her house on Sunday, only 8 days after one of its members of parliament was found dead, also at home. Marjorie Madge Morris was fatally shot at her residence on Albion Boulevard in Yallahs, St. Thomas. Police said neighbors reported hearing explosions around 6:30 a.m., and when lawmen responded to the call, the 67-year-old PNP stalwart was found with multiple gunshot wounds on her kitchen floor. Morris, who previously served as councillor for the White Horses Division in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, was murdered as the PNP still tries to come to grips with the brutal killing of MP for East Portland Dr. Linvale Bloomfield, whose body was found with multiple stab wounds on February 2nd. In a statement issued after Morris's killing, PNP General Secretary Julian Robinson said the murder had shocked and saddened the party. Consequently, the PNP had partnered with Crime Stop to offer a $500,000 Jamaican award for information leading to the arrest of his killer or killers. That's it for Original Stories. Stay with us for news from around the world. Welcome back, and now the international news in detail. Snow blanketed parts of Polypoly Spring State Recreation Area on the island of Maui on Sunday, which is likely a first for any state park in the state. While the peaks of the Haleakala on Maui have been known to get a dusting of snow in the past, the storm over the weekend brought what is possibly the lowest elevation snow ever recorded in the state. The Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources said in an Instagram post, at 6,200 feet, this may be the lowest elevation at which snow has been recorded in Hawaii. The snow came from a storm system known as a Kona Low, which is a chunk of cold, low-pressure air separated from the cold jet stream. The storms usually approach Hawaii from the west or south and usually bring strong winds, flooding, and high surf. Because the weakened system came from the north and was so cold and strong, parts of Maui saw snow this time. U.S. President Donald Trump has condemned attacks on the media after an incident involving a BBC cameraman at the U.S. President's rally in Texas on Monday. A White House statement did not refer to the specific incident. It said the president condemns all acts of violence against any individual or group of people, including members of the press. The BBC's Ron Skeens was shoved and sworn at by a man in a Make America Great Again cap in El Paso. The BBC later asked the White House to review security for media attending President Trump's rallies. In a letter, the BBC said that the press area was unsupervised and no security had tried to intervene during the incident. The CEO of Rappler, a news website critical of the government in the Philippines, has been arrested at its headquarters in Manila. Maria Ressa, and the accusation of cyber libel is an attempt by President Rodrigo Duterte's government to silence the publication. It is the latest in a string of different allegations against her. More from BBC's Howard Johnston.
It's a shock, but we're going. That's what Maria Ressa told reporters as National Bureau of Investigation officers led her out of Rappler's headquarters shortly after arresting her. Last week, the Philippine Department of Justice indicted Rappler for an article about a Filipino businessman written in 2012 that it said was clearly defamatory. Rappler says the article was written 4 months before the law they allegedly violated was enacted. Its critical coverage of the government's war on drugs has repeatedly angered Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte.
And finally, Indian researchers have discovered a new species of frog in a roadside puddle. Sonali Garg, a PhD student at Delhi University, and her supervisor, Esti Buiju, found the new species in the Western Ghats, a biodiversity hotspot in southern India. The BBC's June McGivern gives us more.
Scientists from Delhi University spotted the new frog in a roadside puddle. They describe it as narrow-mouthed, with a secretive lifestyle. It only emerges a few days each year to breed and then disappears again. But they're also concerned about its survival, because the wider habitat, the Western Ghats, which is a biodiversity hotspot, is increasingly under threat from new roads and a spreading human population. In recent years, a new burrowing frog was identified there, and a tree frog, which was previously thought to be extinct.
That brings us to the end of our news segments. The latest in sports is next.
Most of us spend the better part of each weekday at the workplace. So why not make your office environment the kind of setting that helps you function at your personal best by outfitting it with top quality furniture, high-end photocopiers, printers, versatile office supplies, and the latest technology. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at the TDC Business Center are happy to provide you with personalized service to help you create an office space that's the total package. TDC Business Center, providing solutions that work.
Welcome back on the Sports in Detail. West Indies fast bowler Shannon Gabriel has been suspended for the first 4 one-day internationals of an upcoming 5-match series against England after his accumulated demerit points reached 8 within a 24-month period following his latest breach of the ICC Code of Conduct, for which he received a 75% fine and 3 demerit points. During the third day of the St. Lucia test against England on Monday, Gabriel was found guilty of breaching Article 2.13 of the ICC Code of Conduct for players and player support personnel, which relates to personal abuse of a player, player support personnel, umpire or match referee during an international match, following an incident with England captain Joe Root. Gabriel admitted the offence after the end of the match on Tuesday and accepted the sanction proposed by Jeff Crow of the Emirates ICC Elite Panel of Match Referees, and as such, there was no need for a formal hearing. On-field umpires Rod Tucker and Kumar Damasina and third umpire Chris Gaffani leveled the charges. Level 2 breaches carry a penalty of between 50 to 100% of a player's match fee or 1 or 2 suspension points. A guilty finding will also see either 3 or 4 demerit points added to the player's disciplinary record. Gabriel already had 5 demerit points against his name for 2 earlier incidents. 4 suspension points equate to a ban from 2 tests or 4 ODIs, T20 internationals, whatever comes first for the player. Gabriel had earlier been suspended from the Mirpur test in November 2018 when he reached the threshold of 4 demerit points. In football, the body of footballer Emiliano Sala is to be flown back to his hometown in Argentina, where a vigil is planned. Sala, 28, was traveling to Cardiff in a plane piloted by David Ibbotson, which went missing on the English Channel on the 21st January. His body was recovered from the plane wreck last week, but Mr. Ibbotson's body has still not been found. Salah was flying to join his new side Cardiff City from French club Nantes when the plane went missing. Julio Muller, mayor of Salah's hometown of Progreso, said the footballer's family had arrived for the service. Mr. Muller said Salah's body would arrive in the late afternoon on Friday and be taken to the gymnasium next to his youth club's headquarters, where a vigil is scheduled. In local sports, the Ivor Walters Primary School held its annual cross-country events on Friday, 8th February. In the end, the results were not fully available up to press time, but the limited information reveals the following. Grades 3 to 6 girls, first, Shivancia, second, Marika, third, Juliska Mills, third, grades 3 to 6 boys, first, Ahija, second, Julian Richards, third, Jahim Hazel, grades 1 to 2 girls, first, Shimala Pope, and second, Limaya Charles, grades 1 to 2 boys, first, Limar Charles. That's it for sports. The general weather forecast is next. Welcome back, and now the local weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. Weather tonight will be partly cloudy with a 30% or low chance of showers. Winds are east at 19 to 33 kilometers per hour or 10 to 18 knots, with higher gusts mainly in showers. Seas are 1.8 to 2.4 meters or 6 to 8 feet. A small craft advisory remains in effect, mainly for the northern and eastern sides of the islands. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:38 a.m. And that's her wrap up the Mid News package for today, Wednesday, 13th February 2019. Before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Nationally, Bath Village resident charged for first illegal firearm seized here in Nevis. And Saturday, February 16th, National Volunteer Day here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Regionally, gunmen in Trinidad killed 4 in 14 hours. Internationally, Hawaii Park sees snow for first time. And in sports, Gabriel suspended for 4 one-day internationals after breaching ICC Code of Conduct. On behalf of the City News team, I am Tashan Tyson, wishing you a pleasant evening.